Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I actually decided to stay home this morning. I didn't go into Shabbat services. I needed some downtime by myself. As you know, the Messiah 2025 conference is impending. We should be arriving there next weekend. And along with that, there's just a lot of things happening. I needed to get some extra rest. As important as this event is for our ministry, our family, it is not a time of rest. It's not a vacation for us. So I wanted to be sure to just recharge my batteries a little bit. What's happened in the past week? Well, we continue to monitor the Israel-Iran conflict for sure. We're in day 8, going into day 9. Continued questions about how is this conflict going to continue? Is the United States going to get involved? Is it going to conclude soon? A lot of questions, a lot of information, rumors, etc. But we do continue to pray, and we do know that when this is over, there will be a different Middle East. Whether this is important specifically for prophecy or just general for prophecy, there will be changes in the Middle East, certainly changes in the world resultant of this. Now, the work of ministry, God's kingdom continues. What have we done this past week? Well, the big story is that the updated Messianic Kosher Helper, which I've been working on since the IAMCS Rabbis Conference, that's concluded, and it's now available. It's live for you to purchase, and planning to do a teaching from it on an episode of Messianic Insider this next week. Likewise, the When Will the Messiah Return? Dangers of Pre-Tribulationism combination, if nothing changes, that could very well be available before we leave for Messiah 2025. And I am continuing through the updated pastoral epistles for the Practical Messianic Commentary. On Friday, I finished the first read through 1 Timothy. So we've got Titus and 2 Timothy left to do on the first read. Now, behind the scenes, particularly Thursday evening, yesterday, Friday, I was supernaturally, I believe, prompted to consider what we're going to be working on after the Messiah 2025 conference. Because, whether it's the Rabbis Conference or whether it's the Messiah Conference, they're, in 6-month increments. So this is a natural prompt to consider, what have we been doing since the Rabbis Conference? What have we been doing the past year? What are we going to be doing the next 6 months? And when I got back from Messiah 2024, that's when I started the high school schedule. And I basically had, 7 periods I went through. So right now, I'm sort of like in final exams, right? But I went to not 1, but 2 high schools. And one high school had 7 periods. And then another high school had a block schedule where you'd had an A day of 4 classes and then a B day of 4 classes. Not that I'm going to be doing that, but I have kind of been prompted, after Messiah 2025, we're going to be working on 4 big things every day, and one of them will be Messianic Insider. So keep me in your prayers. There's a lot to sort through psychologically because it is going to involve updating a second commentary simultaneously with another commentary. So doing 2 commentaries at the same time, am I going to be able to mentally handle that? And of course, now with the Messianic Kosher Helper updated, we're going to be starting on updating the Messianic Sabbath Helper. So those are some things I certainly appreciate your prayers about. A number of these resources, they haven't been looked at in over 10 years. Some of them even longer. So they need to be looked at because of all the changes which have taken place in the Messianic movement. This next week is going to go by very quickly for us. So we're going to be leaving at the end of the week. I'll give you more information as we get closer to our departure, but because we're going to be traveling, because our almost 2 weeks away, not quite 2 weeks, but almost 2 weeks away is not a vacation. We're going to be obviously interacting with a lot of Messianic people, getting a lot of input regarding where our faith community is. We're not going to be having Messianic Insider 5 times a week. Instead, we're going to be shifting gears, and I'll be doing an editor's daily log, which I have done in the past, going to these kinds of events. So just keep that in mind and keep us in your prayers. Continue to pray that for God's protection of us, especially in these uncertain times, his provision for us. And last week on Shabbat, I mentioned that there was a major unspoken prayer request. I can say that significant positive progress is being made on that. So you can continue to pray about that. It's something that I've been praying for, my family's been praying for, and a lot of other people we know have been praying for. And we think it's going to be a really positive thing if it comes through, when it comes through. So God bless you. We love you. I very much appreciate those of you who join with me on the ongoing conversation we have, whether it's Messianic Insider or McKee Moment shorts, as short as we can make them. Take care and have a blessed weekend.